Hello, all, and welcome to the State of the Game podcast. It is Friday, September 12th of 2025, and got a couple of things I want to touch on today. I know it's been a while since I've recorded, but yeah, we're here, and this is my first podcast recording since the beginning of football season. So, yeah, we're going to touch on a few things. We're going to touch on my squad, the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to touch on the whole Micah Parsons situation, as well as all the boxing events coming up pretty soon, as well as this one this weekend with Canelo and Crawford. But please keep in mind to keep it copacetic in the comments as you listen to the commentary. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, all right? To God be the glory at all times, y'all. So, all right, let's get it. All right, y'all. So, welcome me back. It's been a while. We've been going into overdrive the past couple of weeks, dealing with my school, the Edu Project Innovation Academy, and also we've started our post-grad program for basketball in cooperation with Torque Sports as well as the Stu Compound. There's some great things coming ahead, man. So yeah, we've been working, man. We've been working hard, putting in all kinds of different hours, trying to pull it off, as well as keep the school moving forward as far as the K through 12 with the Innovation Academy. So it's been a taxing process, but it's been a beautiful process, and I thank everybody that has been involved, including first and foremost my wife, man. She is relentless when it comes to getting the job done. So salute and shout out to my wife. She's been putting in hours, putting in the work right along with me, and we've been making big strides as far as the educational space is concerned. But let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I want to talk about the Micah Parsons situation. Of course, you guys know he got traded from the Cowboys to the Packers. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a week or so before the season started. And with Jerry Jones, I'm just trying to figure it out at this point. He's done moves before that made you question his faculties, so to speak. But this one here takes the cake. And to Micah Parsons' credit, he did get paid. He's $188 million richer. Salute to him for that. But please keep in mind that since he's gone to Green Bay, he's done everything to prove Jerry Jones wrong. And I tell you what, man, it is crazy to look at Micah Parsons in a Green Bay Packers uniform, and he's shifted the paradigm over there in Green Bay, man. When I saw First Take, and I saw Stephen A. Smith say something on the lines of they're immediately a Super Bowl contender. I kind of was skeptical about that, but based off the game they had last night against the Washington Commanders and how they did, I think that was Detroit the opening week last week. He may have a point. He may have a point because Green Bay is looking like a dominant NFC team, and of course we gotta take it with a grain of salt. It's only week 2 coming up, so we got a whole lot of season ahead. But for right now, it looks like Micah Parsons is going to be the straw that stirs the Green Bay Packers drink moving forward, man. Looks good. And now let me talk about, obviously, my squad, the Baltimore Ravens. So my whole thought when it came to everything that happened Sunday Night Football, they played the Buffalo Bills, and they lost basically by 1 point, 40-41. The only prevailing thought that I had as far as that game is concerned, and my takeaway from it was they've lost their identity. Okay. My thing is, listen, if you can score, 40 some odd points a game, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. But my thing is, Baltimore Ravens, since their inception in '96, has always been about one thing, and that one thing is defense. Okay. You can score, you can have as many prolific running backs and wide receivers and quarterbacks as you want to have. If you don't have a defense, it basically means nothing. Because at the end of the day, defense wins championships. That's the bottom line of it. Okay, it's good to score, but it's even better to stop someone from scoring. Okay, that's just the bottom line of it, man. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to hold you guys too long. I got one more point. I want to talk about these extravagant fights in boxing that's coming up soon. Of course, we got Canelo versus Crawford coming up on tomorrow, and I will be watching as well as pretty much most of the world is going to be watching it. I have a gut feeling that it might go to Terrence Crawford. I'm thinking Terrence Crawford is out still, even after everything he's done in his career so far. He still has a chip on his shoulder, and he still has a point to prove when it comes to his dominance in boxing. Canelo, I don't think he's as hungry as he used to be, but we'll see. Things change, things happen when the event is actually taking place. So we'll see how it goes. But I just have a gut feeling it might even go 12. I think it might even go 12. But I think that Terrence Crawford will be on the winning side of the whole situation. That's just my gut feeling. That's my prediction. Take it however you want. But yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go. And I want to look at these next two fights that they have on the horizon. Maybe about a month or so ago, you had an announcement that Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul was having a match, and then we have maybe, I guess it was last week or the week before last, Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition fight is fighting Mike Tyson. So I can't help but to ask this question: is this where boxing is headed? Is this where they're going? I mean, it just doesn't seem, other than Canelo and Crawford. I feel like this is where boxing is headed, and I don't, as lucrative as it is, because they're gonna get the pay-per-view buys, whatever the streams, whatever. They're gonna have the viewers. That's easy. They're gonna have it. Both fights with Jake Paul and Gervonta, as well as with Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. Crazy. They're gonna do crazy numbers. But my thing is this where boxing is headed? Because I feel as if it's time for some new names and some new faces to start to make their move and start to take shape upon the landscape of boxing, be it no matter what the weight division it is at this point. I did a podcast a couple of months ago, talking about the heavyweight division, but what I'm starting to see is a deterioration of new faces in boxing across the board. And I'm starting to, it's almost, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like a commercialization type deal. Like I think the thing that comes to my head is like celebrity boxing matches, and I'm a boxing purist, so I'm into legitimate boxers. No exhibition fights. We're fighting for either ranking or we're fighting for titles, and it's legitimate fights. I'm a purist. I'm old school. You can charge it to the game. You can have your difference of opinion, and that's fine. But I just don't like the way boxing is moving in this day and age, and that remains to be seen as well. Heck, this time next year, it might be a completely different conversation as far as the landscape of boxing is concerned. I'm just waiting to see some new faces make a name for themselves and become household names, to where we can really start having some actual groundbreaking fights again. But that's just me. We'll see how it goes moving forward, okay? So yeah, that's it. I told you guys I wasn't gonna hold you long. It's been a long week, but a fruitful week and a productive week, so I'm glad for that. And I finally got the chance to be able to come back to you guys and do another podcast. Thank you guys so much for your support in all phases of everything I do. Thank you guys for your patience since it's been a while. I mean, I post every day, almost every day, but I haven't had a chance to do my traditional podcast like I've been doing. So thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for your support. The numbers are still rising. The numbers are still doing well. So I thank you guys for that too. And yeah, I'll be able to catch you guys on next week, and we'll talk about some more football, obviously, and as well as other things that's going on in the world. There are some things I would touch, especially with current events, but I choose not to touch it because at the end of the day, I'll just basically say it like this: we can have a difference of opinion. We can sit on opposite sides of the aisle, so to speak, however you want to call it. But at the end of the day, a difference of opinion is not worth somebody's life. I don't care what that opinion may be. There was a certain point in time where life was precious. People valued the lives of others. In 2025, don't get it twisted. I know I'm not naive. That's pretty much gone by the wayside as well. But like I said, I'm old school, and like I said, I don't think just a difference of opinion is worth somebody's life, no matter how jacked up that opinion may be. All right. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week on the State of the Game podcast. I'm your host, GT. Peace out.